and welcome to another episode of UpyouwithEzinne, your favorite weekend show. How are you? How you all doing? Enjoying a beautiful weekend, I hope. It's all rainy all over Lagos. It tried to stop me from getting to you, but I said no, and here I am. Yeah, it's good to be here with you. Today we continue on our series, Women Speak Up. But we will beam our lights on catching them young, or better still, teaching them to speak up from a young age today. There's this adage that if you teach a child in the way they should go, they will never depart from it. Is this true? Does it still hold true now? Where did the silence culture come from? Were we not taught to speak up? Or is it that when we spoke up, we were silenced? Taught that we were meant to be seen and not heard. If you have been following us and enjoying the different perspectives to women speak up, then fasten your seatbelt. Stay tuned as we discuss Teach the Girl Child to Speak Up. It's our hour on radio, and I'm here to keep you company as usual. So let's do this, my beautiful people. Finding self, finding purpose. My name is Ezinne Kufre Ekanem, and I'm your host. Our topic today is Teach the Girl Child to Speak Up. On our previous editions, we had two young women who were abused as children. One was 6 years at the time of abuse, and the other was about 12 years old. None of them spoke up. Their abusers were not strangers. One was a neighbor, the other an uncle. They lived with the trauma, the shame, the pain of what their abusers did to them until they were in their 30s, before they felt emboldened and courageous enough to speak up. It shouldn't be so. No child should live with such a burden hanging over her. The child in them will automatically die. And that is why we're advocating Teach the Girl Child to Speak Up today. If you're yet to listen to any of our episodes, please go over to our YouTube or podcast channel and get acquainted with our past episodes. Today, our guest and I are here to examine the whys and ways to teach the girl child to speak up. May I remind you, dear listeners, that all episodes of UpyouwithEzinne are now uploaded on our YouTube channel. Please go catch up, take the nuggets you need to run for your dreams, your life. Subscribe and leave us a comment. It will help us to serve you better. Remember, it's all about you. Today, as usual, we're streaming on Instagram at UpyouwithEzinne. Hi, people. On Facebook, WFM917. Hello, everyone. And at radiogarden.com. A closed mouth, the saying goes, is a closed destiny. This is really scary and goes to portray the relevance of our topic today. I saw a clip that made me cringe. It was a clip of a room filled with young women, and the question was asked, raise your hands if you or another female close to you have been sexually abused. 99% of the hands went up. Another question was asked, raise your hands if you spoke up and or reported the incidents. Not a single hand went up. My heart broke. Why do women find it challenging to speak up? Do we not know that we aid the perpetrators of these hideous crimes? Our guest today is Miss Ethel Eguono Akpokiniovo, a passionate teacher who believes strongly that a trained child will not depart from the principles and precepts laid down no matter the circumstance. Ethel is an alumna of St. Teresa's Grammar School, Uheli, Delta State University, Abraka, both in Delta State. A Microsoft certified educator, Ethel is currently teaching in Divine Offspring International School, Ikeja, here in Lagos State. Ethel employs all valid means towards ensuring that children, teenagers, as well as young adults are nurtured and guided in the way they should go. She is a lover of God and children. Good evening, Ethel.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Okay, Okay, so let's roll on. Let's start by you telling us your perspective and understanding of the topic. Teach the girl child to speak up.
Okay, quickly. Now, let me thank you, Ezinne, the amiable and soft-spoken lady.
Thank you.
All right, so to speak up means to speak more loudly, expressing one's opinion frankly and openly. Now, speaking up is key to building a strong personal foundation. However, many girls don't get the encouragement they need to build confidence in themselves. So, from an early age, as adults, we need to engage them. We need to make them speak up. We need to listen to them. We need to allow them express their feelings so that they can grow up to become the woman that we want them to be. So we have one, what's her name now? Anne Vogue. I don't know if you know of that woman, isn't it? She is a self-esteem expert. She said, the voice is fundamentally important tool we use to connect our inner and outer world to make it possible for people to know our thoughts and feelings. So when we don't train our girl child to speak up, of course, you and I know, Ezinne, that I cannot just look at you and then I will read what is inside of you. You need to speak up so I can help you, right? So we need to train our girl child to speak up.
Wow. Thank you, Ethel. Thank you so much. I particularly like that quote that says that our voice is what we use to connect the inner thoughts that we have to the outside world. It's amazing the kind of dimensions and perspectives that people have brought onto this topic since we started it. The topics come and I choose them, and I'm amazed by how deeply and wide everyone takes their own understanding of it. This is incredible. So when I speak, my voice, the sound that you're hearing, is what is used to communicate to everybody what I think, what I'm doing, or anything at all. So our voices is important, and it's important that we speak up. Thank you. Now, I like the fact that you're a teacher. I was so happy.
I've been teaching for how long? Like, I have not done any other job. So I've been teaching for years. Like, I've run through, except for the university.
You've taught everywhere.
SS3, SS1.
Oh my God.
Every department in education, of course. So I've been teaching, and I love it.
Yes, because I see that you wrote that you're a passionate teacher. So tell us in your experience, how easy is it for the girl child to speak up in any given circumstance?
So as a teacher, it is easy to train a girl child to speak up when we start early enough, right? So I encourage people to, let's take for instance, I want to take my 2-year-old daughter out for maybe to have fun outside at the park. I'll allow my child to make choices of the clothes to wear. Now this is it. I'm not going to just allow the child go to the wardrobe and then pick what she wants to wear. I bring out some clothes for her and then allow her to make choices of what to wear. Now, when a child is allowed such privilege, they are able to express, and then you can take it further. So a child is picking a red top, for example, or picking a long sleeve, and then you have a short sleeve there, and you can ask, why are you doing this? The child expresses herself, right? Then you take it further. That we're talking about how easy it is to make a girl child speak up. And I said, you do it from the early stage of the child, from when the child is very small. Allow the child, starting from at age 2, allowing the child to pick from those clothes that you have selected for them, right? Then, when the child is a bit older, she should be asked what she learned. For example, in school, how her day went. Is it a bad day? Is it a good day? So, for example, if the child says, oh, mommy, today I don't like today, or for example, Ezinne, today is not so fantastic. Push it further. Why? What happened? So, like I said earlier, the voice is what will allow people to connect to your inner feelings, right? So the child says what happened. So imagine that you're raising a child that way. Of course, that child will not be afraid to tell you that this to me. Because there is already a platform between you or the adult and that child. There is already a communication link. So it is easier if we start early enough.
What I hear is we've got to start from the home. And we've got to start from about age 2. And then we've got to guide, we bring out the clothes and we bring out like 4 or 5 and we say, within this, make a choice. So that's like guidance to me. Yeah? Okay, interesting. So in your own, you think that when we do this, then of course, like you said, I think you already said it, the child gains confidence and it's easier for the child to speak up. Yes, let me quickly open the phone line so that people can join our conversation. The numbers to call to join Ethel and myself is 07000 917 917. The number to text is 0703 1756 537. Okay, so as I was saying, when I was doing my intro, I said that a closed mouth is a closed destiny. Do you agree? Okay, so if that is the case, how can we teach the girl child to speak up for themselves? Now, not to report anybody or anything, but to even speak up for themselves. How do we teach them that? Without them becoming brash, proud, or conceited?
Whoa. When I heard a closed mouth is a closed destiny, I just, I feel like just jumping. You know why? So
tell us.
A closed mouth is a closed destiny. Now this is it. So still going back to what I said earlier by our self-esteem expert, and a book, she said that the mouth is a fundamental tool to connecting your inner feelings to the outer world, right? So let's take it that the mouth that you're supposed to use to connect your inner feelings, what you're going to, your achievement, your success, you decide to close that mouth.
I'm very
sure nobody will know that Ezinne is doing a radio show right now with WFM. If Ezinne decides to sit at home and then just close it up and they will just find out anyway, right? Nobody will know if you hadn't talked about it, right? Ethel will not know that Ezinne is doing a speak up series if Ezinne hadn't spoken about it to Ethel. So it's same thing. So when you close your mouth, certainly the destiny will be closed, right? Now, one major way I advise people generally, especially women. So I was having a conversation with someone and he just said, like I just threw it in the air, that women have a way of showing up, and I smiled, right? You know, women, the way we are wired, we are gorgeous. So anything you have on has a way of just expressing itself, right?
Yes.
So you might just want to say that I have this. Like I know, Ezinne, you're into furniture, right? Good. So you want to say, I have a furniture shop here. And somebody will say, what's she feeling like? So what I advise people generally is that to talk about your achievements, your success, without sounding brash or proud, is to start by acknowledging people that have helped raise you in one way or the other. right? So I want to talk about myself as a teacher right now that is working with Divine Offspring. You know, I work with Divine Offspring International School, right?
Yes, I just read that in your bio.
Oh, really? Oh, do I do that? Fantastic school. So if I want to talk about my achievement as a teacher right now, I start with people that have first laid one stone or the other.
Okay.
Right? So I appreciate my colleagues, my teachers that have taught me from secondary school, my parents. I appreciate Ezinne for giving me a platform. Now, by the time I use, let's say, for instance, 1 minute, 60 seconds to appreciate this, my mind, my attention has shifted. In fact, my audience, their attention has shifted from me in a way and is focused on people that have helped me climb the ladder. So the best way to talk about your achievements, to speak up about your success without sounding proud, I feel, is to appreciate people that have done one thing or the other in making you who you are as a woman.
I think I see what you just did there. You started by acknowledging others so that it becomes okay to acknowledge yourself.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, is this the way we should teach the girl child as well?
Yeah. Yeah, so this is it. So I work with children, and most of the time, when we do, take for instance, Father's Day is tomorrow, right? Yeah, so I have a child come up and then say things about the father, right? When you're done, the child ends up by saying, I wouldn't have been here today if daddy hadn't paid my school fees. I wouldn't have been here today if mommy didn't drive me to school.
Oh,
Right?
that's
So
sweet.
the child knows that for everything I am, everything I will be, somebody is doing something behind the scene, and that person needs to be celebrated. So when we raise children like that, if we raise the girl child like that, they grow with this mentality of honoring people, giving people credit. And then you just have one beautiful, elegant young lady that is not standing brash, that is not standing proud when they talk about their achievements.
Honestly, I'm smiling, and that's because you just taught me something new. Thank you. Your passion shines through. Your passion for teaching shines through. You said there's a word you used which I want to harp on, and that word is honor. You talked about honor. But I'm going to take it a step further and go to, in the society, when we read the stories about people abusing minors or young girls, we find that these abusers are usually people that we know, guardians, parents, step-parents, uncles, teachers, pastors, you name it. Yeah? Now, and it stems most of the time when you eventually get to interact with these young girls, you'll see that it was fear that made them to keep quiet. And now you talked about honor, and that's something I think we carry a little bit too far in this climb. So how do we teach the girl child to respect but not fear? To honor but not fear? Such that when when trust is being broken, the child will be able to speak up. Yeah? How do we strike that balance? It's a delicate one, I know.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Okay, so if you, of course, I know that you read through my bio.
Yes, right? I did.
And yes, so I don't know if I'm permitted to say this. I love God and I love His principles.
Why do you people always apologize when you want to talk about God? Go ahead.
Okay, so the Bible says that children, obey your parents in the Lord. Let me stop there. So, technically, if that parent is no longer obeying the Lord, then the child should observe properly and know what he or she is obeying. Let me leave it there. So, when trying to strike a balance between honor and fear, that's the question, right? When I see you, so I tell my girls that when you see someone and then you don't feel comfortable around them, right? I'm a teacher, I have children with me. A lot of parents say things like, your children have a way of just respecting you, right? And they just do what you want them to do. They can say anything to you, they are not scared. That's because the child is comfortable in the presence of the teacher or in the presence of the parent. Now, when you see someone and there is this heartbeat, you're not comfortable. You can't look at the person. You're not free. You can't express yourself. Then it has hinted to fear. So if I honor you, Ezinne, I should be able to walk up to you and say, Ezinne, I love your hair. You look so good. And say, thank you. When I'm afraid of you, even if I love what you're wearing, I can't be free enough to speak up. Then it's no longer honor, right? So, when a child starts getting uncomfortable around an adult, I won't say the child is honoring or respecting the adult. So I respect you, we respect God, but we still go before Him without fear and say what we're going through and say how we're feeling and still tell Him what we're going through, right? So if I respect you and I cannot come around you or come to you and speak up, then I am afraid of you, and I think the adult should work on that if the adult has good intention to help the child move from that phase of fear and come to a place where the child be comfortable, because I need to be comfortable around you to speak up.
Okay,
right?
Just hold that thought for a moment. We'll be right back. Welcome back. This is still Up You with Ezinne on WFM 91.7. The phone lines are still open and the number to call is 07000 917 917. Ethel, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Very quickly, I understood what you were saying, but in the past week and a half or thereabouts, it was all over the social media about a pastor, a young lady pastor that was invited by her senior pastor to his house and told to strip naked as punishment for not being where he wanted her to go and preach or something like that, you know. And then the young lady actually stripped. And she left. Nothing happened that day. But the next day she got invited again, she stripped and she was raped, you know. And I think that happened like twice before she was able to speak out, you know. So it's beyond. So I was asking myself, why would a young lady not shout the first time your pastor tells you that? Is it fear of the pastor? Because it can no longer be called respect. But we do have a message here from Ola in Ifo. Ola is talking about the girl child and women speaking up against rape and sexual violence. Ola says the country and environment, government leaders and everything don't have the correct laws that can make people stop. You know, he's advocating that stricter laws should be made against rapists or stuff like that, so that we don't have it occurring all the time. And then also we have another one here saying, good evening, Madam in WFM. I'm texting from Abado in Ogun State. I have a young girl of 8 years old. She has Down syndrome. She could not talk earlier, so she was always harassed. So when she started talking, since then, if someone touches her here or there, she would tell me, oh, great. Yeah, so we taught her sex education. Okay, this is not secondary school. This is actually sex education. Oh, my generation is showing up.
Okay, if I get you clearly, Ezinne, Is she saying that the child with Down syndrome is sexually abused?
No, she's saying that her child has Down syndrome and couldn't talk.
Okay.
But at the moment the child started speaking, she taught the child everything the child needs, or what the child needs to know, age appropriate for about sex education. And since then, if someone touches the child inappropriately, the child comes to talk to her. I think she's buttressing your point that if you have a comfortable relationship with a child, the child will be able to speak up.
Fantastic. That's a good one.
Yeah.
A good one. Yeah.
And the other one from Ola is saying that he's saying he would like to see stricter measures taken against people sexual offenders. What do you think about that? Ola is saying that Ola is thinking that the men should be castrated.
I'm actually thinking that, but I think we should allow the government to do what they want to do. Probably they review the measures to discipline them, right? So that's what I think. Although it gets to you when you have a child that has been abused by someone, right?
Yeah.
It's very painful. So I can put myself from.
We have a call coming in. Good evening. UpyouwithEzinne. Who is calling and where are you calling from?
Thank you very much. My name is Naimat, and I'm calling from Ikeja.
Hello, Naimat. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you, Ezinne. That is a wonderful program.
Thank you.
That's going on, and I thank your guest for sharing her line of thought.
Thank you,
Ms. Ethel. Okay.
Thank you, my
So I've been thank you. I've been listening in, and I just want to add one or two line of thought, my own personal thoughts towards it. Looking at the girl child, and while the girl child is not speaking out or speaking up, I think a whole lot has to do with stigmatization and stereotyping over the years. Because way back, I can't even remember how far back. If a girl gets pregnant while in school, it's the girl that is exposed and it's the girl that is expelled.
Yeah.
And you wonder, okay, what about the male counterpart? So many of these things, a lot of stereotyping and stigmatization, and that's why you find that a lot of girls, they've been abused. In fact, quite a number of women who have grown up and they have become adults, quite a number were abused when they were growing up, but they never said to anyone.
True.
And you find out that even where in instances where some girls have spoken up, you find out that so the adults that they have reported the case to, even their mothers, we've had situations where the mother would even say, so keep quiet, don't let anybody know, and they tend to hide all of these ills that have been going on in the society. So in my own opinion, I think we have come of time and age where the girl child should be encouraged to speak out, and then we must provide support systems. I thank God for these women's radio. We need support systems for girls that, yes, eventually when they do speak out, what support do they have? Will they be relegated to the background? Will they be stigmatized? And that's why you find out that a lot of people, a lot of women, a lot of girls don't want to speak out when they have been abused. And I want to support what I think the text message you read, that there should be stricter measures to those who have been found to have abused girls. For example, you have them in companies, you have them in schools. There should be a circular. The names of such people should be circulated. We should have a good database. And if, for example, in a certain environment, this kind of person has been discovered to be a pedophile, such a person should not be allowed around children at all.
Exactly.
So I think everybody's hand has to be on deck so that we can eradicate this kind of ills in our society. So thank you so much. That's my own line of thought. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Neymar. That was a very, very meaningful contribution. Ethel, again, Neymar's contribution portrays why we're having this conversation. I have been talking to older women on this program on this same topic, and they've always felt it was my generation that had the issue of stigma and the issue of shame and all of that. And that's why I said, okay, let's talk to people who are working with the young children now, so that we don't transfer this so-called shame, this so-called stigmatization to them, so that they can speak up. By Neymar, thank you. And I think you also went ahead to give Ola a thumbs up sign for his own contribution. Ola, thank you. It actually pleases my heart because you're a man. So for a man to say they have to find stricter measures for men who abuse young girls or even old girls, it doesn't matter so long as it's not consensual. We have to find stricter measures. That is quite interesting coming from you. I was saying just before you came on that nowadays, from what we see, mostly when we go to parties or even on the Instagram, a lot of mothers sexualize their young females in the way they dress them up. Form-fitting dresses, some even do full face beads, as if they're adults. They put on expensive or even inexpensive hairpieces for them, and all of that. And then we see these children dancing to music that the lyrics are not very clean. And then some of the dance styles these days are not they're sexual, And then we watch 5-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 12-year-olds gyrating like that, even once, we saw on Instagram, Davido had to caution his own daughter not to be dancing like that. Then if that is Davido, who is out there, as a very, very social somebody, someone who is also in the music industry, saying to his daughter, you can't dance like that, why do the rest of us allow our kids to dance like that? Don't we have some...
What I would say at this point is that parents, adults, should let children be children. There's a time for all of those things, right? These children will grow up to a particular stage, a particular age, where they will make their decisions. Now, we have pedophiles everywhere, right? And most of the time, you see some children dress. And even you, as a woman, you are in awe. Like, what is this? Right? You see the miniskirt, the hairdo, the makeover, and you're wondering. I would want to advise that, see, parents should should slow it down. Just let the children enjoy their childhood phase, because they won't get it again.
Yeah.
Let them enjoy their ball gown. Let them enjoy their hair. Let them enjoy the white powder. Let them trust the children, because the men in question, they are moved by what they see.
That
right?
visual.
So you have a pedophile around you, and then you dress up your our children, isn't it? Our children, they are big.
Bigger than their ages.
Oh, God. You see a 10-year looking almost 18, and you're wondering, are you 10? Now, when you dress the child in a way that, I'm trying to say, this provoke this uncle that is, I don't know what's wrong with them. They will look for ways to want to perpetuate their act. So parents should please, I understand that fashion is trending, right? The children need to look, you understand. But let's allow them the children. Let the 12-year-old be the 12-year-old, do a t-shirt, a jean.
Age-appropriate dressing, yes.
Yes, yeah. Age-appropriate dressing. We have children of 18 go to parties wearing micro minis. Ezinne, I work with children. I go to children parties. I see some children and I'm amazed.
Oh.
I feel like crying.
I thought I was the only one. So,
are you there?
Yes, I'm here. I thought I was the only one who gets amazed at these things. I think parents, we need to wake up and realize that times have changed and that the trusted uncle is no longer trusted, and protect our children. Because once these things happen, they can't be undone. We now have to manage trauma for life, So we need to, please, let's not be too woke that the wokeness affects the innocent children that we have been blessed with. Yeah. So Ethel, can I have share with us briefly how you learned to speak up your life, and then please round off quickly with your last word to our listeners out there on some things they can do to teach the young ones to speak up.
Okay, so let me thank you, Ezinne, for your book, Up You.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So I've read that book I think I'm losing count already.
Oh my God,
Everybody out there, you need to get that book, right? I'm not trying. I hope I'm paying for this jingle.
My head is beginning.
Every one person should get Up You.
Thank you so much.
How I speak up my life is daily affirmation, right? Everything is looking like not the way we met it when we were much younger. So words are life, words are powerful. Let's go to your soul and they build everything inside of you. So every morning I wake up, I tell myself, Ethel, you're great, you're coming up, it's up season, you're going up regardless of the circumstances. You're intelligent, you're smart, you're lovable, you're loving, you're making impact, you're changing life. I keep saying that. And, there is this thing with words. When you keep saying affirmation, it has a way of taking your attention from those things that look challenging and then just pushing it forward. So I would advise that people subscribe to that. It's working for me. It's working for me. Then lastly, I want to say that the power of love in raising a girl child to speak up cannot be overemphasized. When these children know you love them genuinely, they will tell you anything and everything. Let's love them. Love them. Reassure them. No matter what, sweetheart, I'm here for you. I love you. You can tell me anything. I will not condemn you. I'm listening to you. I'm with you all the way. And then we'll be able to raise confident women that are not timid, women that can speak up anytime and anywhere. So that's what I have to say, Ezinne.
Thank you, Ethel. You have been marvelous. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I'm sure my listeners have enjoyed the wealth of experience and knowledge that you've shared with them. And so please don't run off. Just stay with us while we celebrate the girls' first love, the fathers. Tomorrow is actually Father's Day, and since I'm not going to be here tomorrow, we're playing for all the fathers right now a song from all the daughters that you're raising, amazing girls. Please teach them to speak up. Give them every latitude to be confident. Bring up girls that will make you proud. Thank you, fathers. God bless you. Happy Father's Day. Please enjoy this song.
Happy Father's Day.
Yeah. Oh, how I would love to dance with my father again. Happy Father's Day to every father out there. Thank you for the gorgeous work that you're doing, and God will help us all to raise girls that we'll be proud of. Thank you, Ethel, for today. My takeout today is that it's important to catch them young. Teach a child in the way they should go, and they will not depart from it. Do not hush your girl child up when she wants to talk to you. Always encourage them to speak up with respect and decorum at all times. Create an environment, an enabling one, that allows your girl child come up to you and tell you any and everything. That way you're creating a woman that will take up the world tomorrow and stand in such a way that you will be a proud father and also a proud mother. And then to us women, we need to speak up, because we're the ones who tell them. Even when they come to tell us, we say, no, keep quiet. You want to disgrace the family name? What is your family name to your child? Please, let's stop doing all that. Let's speak up so that we can give our girl child the permission to speak up too. Okay? Do not let anything stop you from living the life you want. Practice until it becomes your default. Affirm yourself. You're wonderful. You're fantastic. You're actually doing phenomenal. Yeah, so this is where we wrap up today's edition of Up You with Ezinne. It's been another amazing one. Please follow us everywhere on Instagram, Facebook, Up You with Ezinne. Buy our book. You heard about it. Big up to everyone that is involved in creating this magic every week. Starting with you, our dear listeners, our guests, our advertisers, callers, engineers on duty, my producer, Somto, the amazing Up You team, and 91.7, the best radio station in the world. You all stay strong, stay blessed, and stay lifted. My name is Ezinne Kufrekanem. Until next time, it's Up You, and Up You.